103.
Radio and the internet.
XR103.com. Like our fan page on Facebook. Search Extreme 103 Radio HD.
Stay tuned because coming up next is Marketing Secrets Revealed, making you our next millionaire, right here on the 7-Figure Year Marketing Show with Derek Jones.
You are listening to Extreme 103 HD. XR103.com. A Deep End Media station.
Welcome to 7-Figure Year Marketing. I am your host, Derek Jones. Glad to have you here. 7-Figure Year Marketing, where we're ready to make you our next millionaire. Glad to have our new listeners that are coming on board. And as always, I got to give love to the 7-Figure Squad. All right, so you guys know what time it is. Go ahead and log in and let me know that you are here. And let's go with the 7-Figure Squad roll call. Let's see who we got on. All right, we got Miss Rhonda Boyle with the YellowSubGroup.com. That's YellowSubGroup.com. What she offers, she offers an assessment for business people, entrepreneurs, people who want to be entrepreneurs, and gives an assessment on how to best operate, how you best operate as an entrepreneur, right? So there's this test she gives. So go ahead and check her out, YellowSubGroup.com. Thanks, Rhonda, for checking in. We have Miss Dale Marshall out in Hollywood. She is the Hollywood Closer. So if you go to HollywoodCloser.com, you will see she helps you get in front of producers. So if you have a show, if you have a movie, anything that you want to pitch to producers, she'll get you in front of them. The Hollywood Closer. She helps close deals for you. Dale Marshall. Who else? We got Mr. Lee Bailey. Thank you, Lee, for joining us. EnergoEdge.com. That is EnergoEdge.com. EnergoEdge.com. They make a knee brace with magnets in it, so it mitigates, lowers, and takes away the pain of your knees. Right. So EnergoEdge.com. And finally, we have Mr. Craig. He is out in McKinney with the K9 Cookie Company. Web address, the K9CookieCompany.com. It is what it says it is. He makes treats for your doggies, right? So treats, cakes, cookies, all that for your dog. All right. So thank you, 7-Figure Squad, for logging in. And if you want to be part of the 7-Figure Squad and get your business announced, all you have to do is hashtag 7-Figure Squad, your company name, what you do, and your web address. Or you can just come to our page, 7-Figure Marketing on Facebook, and log in that way and make a post. All right. So once more, welcome to our new day and time, Monday, 6 o'clock. I am your host, Derek Jones. So glad to have you here. Last week, we had Miss Dee Cox on with us, and she spoke and gave a lot of insight about real estate, marketing strategies on how to be a top real estate agent, not only in the DFW area, but, just all over. And so one of the key things that really hit me that I like, that she said she borrowed strategies from other areas of industry. So she went outside of real estate and borrowed other marketing strategies to bring into real estate, which is helping her stand out from other realtors. Okay? So that's what you want to do too. Me, I'm a student of marketing, right? And so everywhere I go, I pay attention to what's happening, what I see, how I'm treated, how I'm greeted, how I'm not greeted, right? All that is marketing. All that is, it's like you can't get a better set of business knowledge than actually going to businesses and paying attention to what they're doing. Okay? That's like the best business school. All right. So we'll be taking your calls throughout the show. right? You don't have to wait till the end. Number 214-504-3854. Okay, 214-504-3854. I'm ready to answer your questions about getting more customers, getting more patients, getting more clients in those doors. And remember, for those who call in, you are qualified to win the 7-figure year makeover. It's a beast, I'm telling you. Okay, just ask my clients. All right. So one thing I came across that's pretty interesting, D, is in Entrepreneur Magazine this week. They mentioned and listed the 50 best cities for startup companies. 2 of those cities are in the DFW area.
Really?
Yeah, Fort Worth and Denton. Okay, so Fort Worth, Denton, it's all in the DFW area. So DFW, right? We are one of the top areas in the country, according to Entrepreneur Magazine, for startup. Right, so you're in the perfect place to start your business, to get things going, to be able to release that 8 to 5 or whatever it is, But yeah, let's do it, right? And I'm here to help you make that happen for yourself. So, they listed also Austin as one of the other cities. So we have 3 of the top cities in the country for startups. Thought that was pretty cool.
So is that when you say startups, is that like new ideas, or is it just could it be rehashing of an idea?
Yeah, it doesn't have. It wasn't necessarily about a new idea, but it's a new business, right? So I'm wanting to start a business. I've been thinking about starting my business, becoming an entrepreneur for 5 years, 10 years, however long. Let's do it, because Entrepreneur Magazine lists this area as being, feeding that and being able to make that happen for yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, because I know sometimes people, when they hear things like that, they say, "Oh, well, it's not for my type of business," and you know how it is, like us when we started this, we were like, I don't know, because it's new, fairly new, and then when you're, you're thinking about starting that company, you're like, I don't know if this market can really hold it, but now you're telling me that DFW is one of the top cities, it's top areas, should we say,
right,
for entrepreneurs.
And this is what I tell my clients. Think about it like this. You have to know that if you have an idea to do something, to start something, to launch something, there's 10,000 people who either have that idea or want to be a part of that. So if you can get 10,000 people as customers, clients, they're out there. You just gotta hit that play button. Right, like how long have you guys been doing this?
We started in 2008.
Okay, so about 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years. Okay.
And we took it seriously maybe 4.5 years ago.
Okay.
At first it was just something we were doing to enjoy it, for ourselves,
Sure.
Kind of get that radio glory, for ourselves. And then people were asking, how could they do their own shows, and talk about what they wanted to talk about. And it kind of dawned on us, well, there is a platform for it, but how can we change from the platform that we were actually using when we started to make it more affordable, but not only that, to make it where it's different than what everybody else is doing.
Exactly.
So it took us a while to game plan and things like that. I mean, when you really think about it, we started this company in my garage.
Okay.
And then, we kind of, gradually moved to, a one-room suite, and then we moved downtown and all this type of things. But I think the initial fear of trying something new is what kind of held us back, from the beginning.
Sure.
Because you're like, okay, most people are going to want to listen in their cars and all this kind of stuff. But, technology catches up to what we're doing.
Sure.
And now it's, people can actually listen to us in their cars. So it's like, okay, glad we got to jump start on this.
In the cars, on Facebook now, on YouTube, all over. Right. So, yeah. And, that fear tends to hold us back from, again, hitting that play button. But you got to jump in there. Yeah. Just like Steve Harvey says, you got to jump. When you jump, okay, you just got to know that that parachute, those wings will eventually, open up, spread out, and take care of you. Now, you're just going to be some bumps and bruises along the way, because I'm still getting bumps and bruises.
Well, and that's the funny thing, because I think we've run into a lot of the bumps and bruises in the road, and we've been able to weather the storm. But like you and Steve say, you have to jump.
Sure.
You have to take that leap of faith and say, this is going to work. My advice to people who start a business: don't give up. Don't give up when the money is not there and it's not coming in how you initially saw it coming in. Truthfully, the first 3 years of our existence, we never broke even. I mean, never. Because you're constantly buying equipment, you're constantly doing this, you're constantly doing that. And there was times when we said, man, are we beating our head against the wall? And then there's times when you say, keep pushing, keep grinding, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It'll eventually pay off, like you said.
Sure.
And again, my advice is, people, if it's something that you want to do it. Because like you said, there's millions of people who have somewhat of the same idea that you might have, and they're going to take that step, and then you're going to be saying, damn,
I should have.
I thought of something, and
Yeah.
I thought of colored salt. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I thought of colored salt. And the reason I thought of colored salt is because, have you ever noticed when people are putting salt on their food, they're kind of like really trying to see how much is going on there?
Right.
And I was always saying, well, why don't you put a color to it? Right? Well, of course, then they came out with the Maoris, and it's red.
Right,
that kind of stuff. Me and my mom was sitting there saying, man, we had this idea years ago. Why didn't we do it? So again, if you have an idea and you really think it may work, whether it's for profit, whether it's just for, changing, making a change in the world, jump, take that leap.
Play button, folks.
Yeah.
And it's interesting what you said. You started off as kind of like it being for fun or a hobby, but nothing like really. Right. And you can start there. I mean, you've heard of people who, they cook cakes for the office staff, and then the office staff, someone from the office is like, oh, I like your cake, Mary. Can you bake me a cake? And then they went to another event,
right.
And so now Mary went from just cooking for the office staff to now catering, and now she's big, right? So whatever it is, whatever steps you take to get there, right? And so whether it's starting off as something that's on the side, and then it evolves and grows into something bigger, hit that play button, because you don't want someone to beat you to it. And that is not to say there's not room enough for multiple, because there's Nike, there's Adidas, there's Converse, but whoever's first to the marketplace with that idea, they're going to win, right? They're going to win that space, right? So yeah, so go ahead and make that jump and do your thing, okay? Now, one of the things I want to talk to you about, I'm going to be talking and sharing with you strategies from the most incredible guide to your 7-figure year. Okay, so this is a manual I wrote and put together. I'm on version number 5 now. I've had to adjust it for social media, just all the different technologies that have come out now. But I'm going to talk about some things that are out of here, okay, to help you move along, to help you hit that play button. All right. So now, first thing I tell people, you have to know your numbers. And this is what I mean by this. The significance of what I'm doing here in this show, if you listen to it, 7-figure year marketing. So I'm telling you, in a year, okay, let's hit that 7-figure mark, that $1 million mark. So what that does is that gives us a roadmap, something to go after, something to shoot after, right? So, D, if I say, let's take a trip somewhere, okay, what's your first question?
Where are we going?
Where are we going? So we have to know, as an entrepreneur, you have to know where you're going to be able to get to a place. I mean, you have to know, because otherwise you're just going to be kind of shooting in the dark and, moving from here to there, and there's no goal that you're going to be going after. Okay, so whether it's $1 million, whether it's $100,000, whether it's $500,000, whatever that is, have that number. Okay, now once you have that number, then the next number is your average transaction value. Okay, so how much is your average transaction going to be? How much are you going to charge on average for your products, your services? Okay, so if it's $1,000, if it's $500, okay, so let's just keep it simple. Okay, $10,000 a month. Okay, let's say you want to do $10,000 a month. Okay, that's what you've decided, and your average transaction is $1,000. Okay, so how many people do you need to hit that $10,000 a month mark? Well, you need 10. Okay, so now we know we need to hit and get 10 clients in a month to make $10,000. Okay, now what you need to do is a good measuring stick is like 100 people. Okay, so for every 100 people that you talk to, that you send out an email, that you interact with, for every 100 people, how many people do you get as a client? How many people do you get to sign up for your $1,000 service? Okay, so let's say for every 100 people, you get one person to sign up. Okay, well, if you need 10 people to hit your $10,000 mark in a month, then you need to speak to how many people in a month to get that $10,000? 1,000 people. Okay, because for every 100 people, you get one person. So you need to speak to 100 times 10, which is 1,000. Right? So once you talk to 1,000 people, you should be at that 10-person mark. You see how that works? So, and I'm just using those simple numbers just so you can follow. Okay, but you have to know your numbers. Otherwise, you won't know where to put your marketing dollars. You won't know how much you can afford to get a customer, because the most costliest item in business is customer acquisition, gaining a customer. There is no higher expense than that, to get it or to not get it. Okay, so how much am I willing to pay to gain a customer? Okay, are you willing to pay $100? Invest $100 to get a $1,000 customer? That's a pretty good ROI. Okay, so you have to know your numbers. Okay, so you start, we call it reverse engineering. You start backwards and then you work from there. So I want to end up with X amount of dollars in a month. My average transaction is X amount of dollars. I need to speak with X amount of people, okay, to get my number, to get my $10,000 or whatever that number is. Okay, so know your numbers. Start off with what you want to make in a month, in a year. Okay, whatever that number is, and then we work, and then we can build a map, a guide to get you there. All right. So, got to take our first break, pay some bills. We'll be right back, and we'll continue on with the 7-Figure Year Guide.
Extreme 103.
Radio and the internet.
XR103.com.
Hey, this is Derek with 7-Figure Year Marketing, and I'd like to introduce to you a program, AEYL. That's Alliance for Elite Youth Leadership, led by Mr. Derek Robinson. He's mentoring young people to become even better young people. They offer tutoring in all subjects in school. He has basketball coaching program and a summer youth program helping your youth get jobs for the summer. Please reach out to him if you have young children between the ages of 12 to 18. You can reach them at 214-390-5665. Once more, 214-390-5665. They'd love to hear from you because they're ready to make your young people even better young people. Once more, AEYL. Reach out to Derek Robinson at 214-390-5665.
I started going cold turkey. Well, at least when I'm in the car.
I know I shouldn't do it, but it's so hard to stop. That's why I hide it from myself, so I won't be tempted.
I used to do it all the time. I stopped by locking it in my glove compartment.
My friend used to do it way too much. Now I turn it off when we're in the car.
My solution is simple. I just don't do it.
There are lots of ways to stop yourself and others from texting and driving. How will you stop? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Moms of America, stand up and stop taking abuse from your kids. I'm Janet Lehman, co-creator of the Total Transformation Program. We created the Total Transformation to help parents with difficult child behavior. Now I'm giving it away free.
Call now for details, 800-349-8441, 800-349-8441, 800-349-8441, 800-349-8441.
It's me, your heart. High blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Just treat me better. After all, we're in this together.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Want to host your own show?
Oh, yeah.
Call now, 972-765-7834. 972-765-7834.
Phone's not ringing enough? Appointment book a little empty? Losing customers to your competitors because they charge lower prices? Look, my name is Derek Jones, host of 7-Figure Year Marketing Show and author of the most incredible guide to your 7-figure year. You call right now and all that ends today. I'll get those phones ringing, keep your appointment book full with a wait list, and win your customers back from your competitors no matter how high your rates are. Plus, you'll get a 5% off when you mention this show. So go ahead and call us right now at 650-308-9980. Once more, 650-308-9980. That's if you want your appointment book full and you want those doors swinging. Once more, 650-308-9980. Call right now before your competitors do. 650-308-9980. I'm Derek Jones with Warner Klein Marketing, and we're ready to get more clients, customers, and patients through your doors today. 650-308-9980.
You're listening to Extreme 103 HD. XR103.com. A Deep End Media station.
Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Derek Jones, and I am here at 7-Figure Year Marketing. I'm glad you're here, and makes me know you're ready to have a 7-figure year also. Look, we left off talking about your numbers, needing to know your numbers as an entrepreneur. Okay? So what you want to make in a month, what you want to make in a year, how many clients you're going to need to get to that number, to get to that amount, and how many calls you need to make, how many emails you need to send out, right? So knowing your numbers. And understand this here, right? Everything I talk about and share with you and reveal to you, I do every single day, right? So this is practical information that I'm sharing. No fluff, no theory. This is things that I execute on every day to hit that mark, okay? So you can hit that mark. All right, so if you notice on this show, when I have my guests on, I always ask them, why do business with you? Right? Why should I do business with you versus any other option available to me, versus including not doing anything at all? Because what you have to understand is that, you are viewed as a commodity, okay? No matter what you do, whether it's nails, a haircut, car wash, selling clothes, dentistry, whatever it is you do, you're a commodity. And this is what I mean by that. Imagine you're in the grocery store and you're in the produce section and you got all these apples, okay? All these red apples, apples, okay? Now, what makes you stand out from all the other apples in that section? Because that's all you are in the marketplace, okay? So imagine, though, if you were an apple and you had caramel wrapped around you, okay? And then on top of that caramel, you had chopped peanuts, okay? And then the chopped peanuts, all that was wrapped in gold cellophane paper, okay? And then there was a stick that was a platinum stick, right down into the apple, into the core, right? And the stick, the platinum stick had diamonds and rhinestones, okay? And then you were placed in a glass case with a key that you needed to open to get to this beautiful apple, okay? Now you're no longer a commodity, okay? Now you stand out and above from your competitors. You're no longer a commodity. So how do you do that, okay? How do you become uncommoditized, so to speak, right? Well, there's a few different ways. One of the ways is if you fill a hole that's in your marketplace and you announce that, okay? A hole is pretty much like a frustration that's in the marketplace. So, key example, hairdressers, okay? When you make a hair appointment, or even if you just go in at the barber shop, okay, what is the frustration of the people in the chair waiting to get their hair done? Time. Sitting there, okay? So if I'm a hairdresser, if I'm a barber, right, my deal to fill the hole in the marketplace is, look, if I'm 1 minute late to your appointment, your appointment is free. You don't pay, okay? So now, again, I'm no longer an apple amongst the apples in the hairdressing community. I'm the caramel apple covered in peanuts in the glass case because I'm feeling a void. I'm feeling a frustration that people feel. So whatever is happening in your marketplace, right, that people are frustrated by, I've seen lawn service where they don't pick up the grass. They leave it, or they leave stuff all over the sidewalk or whatever, right? You, as a lawn care provider, okay, we pick up every blade of grass that's cut in your yard or whatever, okay? So whatever the frustration is that people have with your industry, okay, you go and address that and you say, that ends with me. No more frustrations with us and what we're doing here. Got it? So if you fill a hole in the marketplace, you will win. Okay? Let's see what else. Apples to oranges. I learned a lot from a guy named Dan Kennedy. He's one of my mentors. And that's one of the things he talks about is apples to oranges comparison. So staying on the fruit, you don't want to be, again, compared to other apples. You want to be compared an apple to an orange. And here's what I mean by that. I have a client of mine who he had out in Vegas, he was running a service for Bentley. So the Bentley would take you up the strip and back down the strip. I think it was like a 30-minute ride, okay? Now, when we were first meeting and talking and strategizing, okay, he was saying, well, my other competitors are like other limo drivers, other limo providers, other car providers. No, that's apples to apples. Okay? Apples to oranges is, for him, would be, I am cheaper or more cost effective than a helicopter ride, or more cost effective than going out on a private boat. See that? So now he's not only taken himself out of the realm of other limo drivers and cars and car providers, he's placed himself on the upper echelon of services. Okay? And so being at that level of services, he's now the lower price option for that realm. Okay? So apples to oranges. When I do my speaking engagements, and then create manuals for it, and then I sell the manual, I don't compare myself to going to other speaking events and other places that they can go to. I compare myself to when I'm selling my manual online. Here's my manual. You can buy my manual for $5.97, $9.97, or you can go to some far place where you have to buy an airline ticket. You have to take off, work or be away from your company for so many days. You have to stay in a hotel. So you're going to pay, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to go to this event, where you can pay $9.97 for what I've created already, okay? And you can stay home, okay? So again, instead of comparing myself to other manuals that are out there, I compare myself to going to other events, okay? Apples to oranges. Are you getting that? So you want to look at what you're doing and, compare yourself not to other hairdressers, not to other dentists, not to other clothing, apparel companies. But, if you're a dentist, okay, you don't compare yourself to other dentists, but you say, look, you either come to me or lose your teeth. Come to me or lose that smile. Come to me or, catch some type of health issue and not being recognized, and have it not be recognized. Okay, that's apples to oranges. You see the difference? Okay, so you want to, in your marketing messages, do an apples to oranges comparison and not apples to apples. Okay. Now, another way you can stand out from the crowd, and I talk about this all the time, is through membership. So I always go back to the American Express commercial. Membership has its privileges. Well, I'll say membership has its profits, okay? Because one, for the owner, okay, for you, the business owner, price comparison tends to go away. And this is what I mean by this. I have a lady, she makes cakes, okay? So she offers membership into her cake program, okay? So every month they sign up, her members sign up, and they get 2 cakes. One cake is for the flavor of the month. So everybody gets the same cake, flavor of the month. And then the other cake is whatever flavor that they want for that month, okay? But the thing of it is, her clients are not paying for the cakes. You see that? Her clients are paying for membership into the program, and then the cakes just happen to be part of the membership. So now, whether it's she can't be compared to someone who charges $50 for a cake or $75 for a cake, because again, she's not charging for the cake. She's charging for the privilege of membership into her program, and then the cake comes with it. So really, the cake is free, Okay? So when other cake makers, throw their prices up there for their cakes, right? She's presenting price of membership and not the cake itself. Okay? So you want to find a way, and that's what I'm here for, to help you do that. Find a way to implement and integrate membership into your program, your services. And I think I've mentioned on the show before, but I don't think there's anything out there in which you can't instill membership. And I'll give you an example. There are hospitals out there with emergency rooms that offer membership into their emergency room. Okay? So if you come in there and you're shot in the leg, okay, and you don't have membership into there, and I come in there with a hangnail, I'm jumping you, and I have membership, I'm jumping you the line. I'm jumping the line over you because I have privileged access that you don't have. Okay, so that's what membership does. It gives you, it gives your clients, your customers access, that they don't have otherwise. And also, as an entrepreneur, for you, it locks them in, so to speak, into your product, into your company. Right? So if you have, think about if you have a Shell gas card or an Exxon gas card, okay, you generally would go to the gas station in which you have the card for, because you have that card. You see that they're, in a way, a member of that gas station. Okay? So whatever it is you're doing, okay, barber, hairdresser, nail, okay, I'm saying that because I'm putting a lot of those people now into integrating membership into those services, and they're starting to see the difference in what I was saying and what I'm talking about. Okay, so instead of going to one nail place this month and then another nail place the next month, because they're a member at this nail place, they're going to stay here and go month after month after month. The other thing that's good about membership for you as an entrepreneur, you have predictable monthly income. So if you have 50 members, okay, signed up into your membership, 50 people signed up into your membership, that's 50 credit cards that you're going to whack every month for that service. You see that? So again, it locks people into your service, into your program. Okay? So membership, you definitely want to find a way to integrate membership into your products, your services, and what you're doing. Okay? And again, if you need a hand with that, I'm that guy to make it happen. Okay? All right. So got to take another break. But when we come back, we will continue on with a few more things in the manual, and be back real quick. Thanks.
XR103.com.
Representing the Windy City.
Don't change the station. Press play is on.
Want to host your own show? Oh, yeah. Call now, 972-765-7834. 972-765-7834.
Phone's not ringing enough, appointment book a little empty, losing customers to your competitors because they charge lower prices. Look, my name is Derek Jones, host of 7-Figure Year Marketing Show and author of the most incredible guide to your 7-figure year. You call right now and all that ends today. I'll get those phones ringing, keep your appointment book full with a wait list, and win your customers back from your competitors no matter how high your rates are. Plus, you'll get a 5% off when you mention this show. So go ahead and call us right now at 650-308-9980. Once more, 650-308-9980. That's if you want your appointment book full and you want those doors swinging. Once more, 650-308-9980. Call right now before your competitors do. 650-308-9980. I'm Derek Jones with Warner Klein Marketing, and we're ready to get more clients, customers, and patients through your doors today. 650-308-9980.
Hey, this is Kyle Style, and I am proud to announce the return of Free Your Mind Radio on Extreme 103, XR103.com. Free Your Mind, everything diverse, inclusive, and edutaining. Armors.
Hey, it's time to talk.
Tune in Saturdays, 2:30 Central Standard Time. Don't miss it. It's time to free your mind.
Extreme 103.
Radio and the internet.
XR103.com.
Call us right now. 214-504-3854. Lock it in.
Welcome back to the show. Derek Jones, your host of 7-Figure Year Marketing. So glad you're here. Remember, our phone lines are open, ready to take their calls. 214-504-3854. Once more, 214-504-3854. And again, for those who call in, you will be qualified to get the 7-Figure Year Marketing Makeover. All right, so we were talking about how to stand out from the crowd, how to not be a commodity, and how to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Okay, so you definitely want to find a way to stand out. And I talked about how to fill a hole in the marketplace. So if there's a frustration that people are having with in your industry, you address that. You say that doesn't happen here. And you will win. You will get customers. Okay? And Dwayne, you said you had a question? caught him snacking a little bit.
I was trying to chew fast. Actually, I do, man. In the grand scheme of things, when you're soliciting business or customers, shall I say, a friend of mine, I was watching one of her posts. She did one of her live feed videos, and she says that she's constantly hit up by nail techs wanting to earn their business for her to become a customer with them. Mm-hmm. And she says that so she decided to try, one of the nail techs out, and she said when she called to set an appointment, the nail tech gave her the answer of, well, what's your schedule? Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, I have a free time at this time, or, giving me a certain amount of time to say, okay, you're available that time, I can make that time.
Sure.
So instead of answering the question, she threw it back at her. And not only did she throw it back at her, this was an exchange of text messages.
Oh, wow.
And so instead of her picking up the phone and calling the client, the prospective client, she was sending her text messages saying, well, when are you available? And so according to my friend, they just kept going back and forth about the availability. How does that hurt you as a company when you're soliciting customers and you don't have a true if you don't have a schedule?
Sure.
You know, basically a schedule to say, okay, I have this amount of time that I can sit with you. I have this amount of time that I can show you a home. I have this amount of time that I can do your nails.
Right.
You know, but I have another appointment, and you know, I can squeeze you in between this appointment, this appointment. So how does that, you know, really affect you as a business owner when you are not able to answer some of the simple questions that customers may have?
Yeah. So with that, you know, I always talk about status and trust. Okay. So status, that is low status, because if I have my nail place and I say, oh, I'm available anytime, you must not be busy. I mean, that you have to think about what that telegraphs and what that communicates. Okay. So I always use the example. If Oprah were to call you and say, Dwayne, I'm having radio personalities on the show, or I'm talking to, you know, radio personalities, and I'll be in town, or no, I'm going to be in Houston. Okay. Now, if you want to talk to me for 10 minutes and I'm in Houston, you need to be there Thursday at 10:30 in the morning. All right. Now, this is Oprah saying this. Okay. Now, what are you, as a radio person, you know, who wants to meet and talk with Oprah, what are you going to do?
Well, if it's Oprah, I'm going to bring my neck in there Houston.
He's going to be in Houston Wednesday night to make sure.
Just to make sure I'm on time and I'm clean shaven. I don't have on too much cologne. I mean, just all the things that you should do when you're meeting someone of that stature.
Sure. Now, exactly. And of course, we're not Oprah. We're not Bill Gates. We're not Mark Zuckerberg. But you want to execute, and you want to, you know, operate in that way as if you are. So if you're, you know, if you have your if you do nails, even if you don't have a place, even if you do it at your house, doesn't matter, right? Even if you have to go to someone's house, you say, let me look through my appointment book, right? Now, it may be empty as, you know, a football with no air in it, right? But you still want to look and give that high status of, oh, okay, I do have 2 slots available for you. Okay? Pick one of 2. Thursday at 10, Friday at 9. Which do you want? So, yeah, it lowers your status when you don't have a schedule, you don't have appointments, or you just, I'm open and available whenever, however. And then look, folks, I know this is the day of text and instant messaging, but come on. Let's pick up the phone. Let's let people hear our voice, right? And then we can talk about, you know, different options that you can have and add-ons, so to speak, to the service, to the nail service. So, yeah, I mean, pick up the phone, call, let's hear your voice, but absolutely have a schedule in place, even if it's fake, to make it appear as if you're busy. Because, I mean, people want to deal with who? Successful people. Right? And, you know, you don't want to be, like, I don't want to be the first person that you, but I don't have to know that if you telegraph it in a certain way. And, you know, saying that or leaving it open for you to come anytime, anywhere, that telegraphs that there's not too much happening with you. And you know, what kind of, I mean, how serious are you about this business if you don't have some type of schedule infrastructure in place? So it lowers your status.
And then I also, and I've heard this before, that until someone says they want to communicate by text, then text shouldn't be your first communication.
Right.
I mean, and to me, text is impersonal.
It is impersonal, right?
You know, because it's just like you can get a random text from your girl, your husband, your wife, whatever it may be, and it may say, you know, something happened, but with a text you can't hear the emotion in that person's voice.
Exactly.
You can't, and if I'm trying to gain a customer, you can't know that I'm serious by a text message, because a text message, again, can be interpreted any kind of way. The way I'm reading it may not be the way you meant it to come out, you know, in that text message.
Exactly.
The delivery of a text message is different than the delivery of my voice to you. So, again, I've learned that, you know, in running this business in a while, you know, a long time. So a lot of times people, you know, keep texting. I'll say, hey, is it okay if, you know, if I can give you a call?
Sure.
You know, even when I get the first text message, you know, hey, you know, how does this work? Boom, boom, boom. Is it okay if I give you a call? You know, because I want you to hear my voice. I want you to understand the seriousness that I take my business with. I want you to understand that this is not, although some people see it as a hobby, but it's not nothing to play with.
Sure.
Because you never know who's listening. Like you said, Oprah could be listening right now, and she says, well, damn, I need to call Derek. I got some ideas.
Sure.
You know, but if you were taking this as a joke, or if it was just, you know, something you were just doing just to do it, then people won't take it serious. And that's what I think about that nail tech. I think maybe she's new. She doesn't have any coaching on talking to clients,
sure,
and things like that. So again, we all, like you said, we all have our bumps in the roads when we are learning to be a business person. But I suggest that sometimes you go out and take you some business courses if you are serious about a business, because those business courses, whether you believe it or not, they have a lot of information in them.
Oh yeah, they absolutely do. Or you can call me.
Oh, that even better. Call Derek. He will straighten it out. Trust me. I run a lot of things by Derek. So, by the way, you know, I have to give him some money too. I mean, it's not just because he does a radio show doesn't mean it's free, people. Right. The little bit he's giving you is free, but if you want the full deal, you're gonna have to dial that number.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. So you start getting clients and you start people calling your number, right? One of the first questions you need to be asking is, how did you hear about us? Okay? And the reason why, you want to know if people are coming from Facebook. You want to know if people are coming from YouTube or whatever. Because if you know where they're coming from, then you know where you need to go to keep having them come from that place. Now, the other thing, if someone referred someone to you, so just sticking with the nails, you know, if you did Mary's nails and Mary, you know, loved what you did so much, she went and told Tiffany to call you, and Tiffany calls, you need to know that Mary referred Tiffany to you. Reason why? Because then you can go back to Mary and say, Mary, thank you for referring Tiffany over to us. I would like to give you a coupon for, you know, 20% off, 25% off, or whatever, because that referral, right, that cut your customer acquisition down by half. Remember I said earlier, the costliest item in business is gaining a new customer. So if it costs you on average $50 to get someone into your nail place to do the nails, okay, and then Mary told Tiffany, well, now your customer acquisition between the two of them went from $50 to $25. You see that? So it's very, very important to know where your customers are coming from, especially if they're coming from word of mouth, because you want to reward those people. You want to say thank you vehemently and let them know, thank you for sending over a friend, a colleague, or whatever the case may be. All right. So I got a couple of emails I'm going to look at. Let's see. All right. Hank from Greensboro. You inspired me to launch my own internet marketing firm. I don't know what I should start off charging. Yeah, so this is what I tell people. It doesn't matter what you charge, right? And this is what I mean by that. If I charge you $5 a month for my services, and what I do brings in $1 a month, okay? How long are you going to use me and pay me for my services? Not long, right? That's what they call being fired. When you get fired on a job, that means you're producing less than what they're paying you. That's why they fired you, okay? In most instances, right? For the most part. So now, if I charged you $10,000 a month, and what I was doing was bringing in $25,000 a month, okay? How long are you going to stay with me? Right, that's a $15,000 difference in what I'm doing and what you're paying. Okay, so that's what I say. It doesn't matter what you charge as long as you're bringing in more than what you're charging. Okay, so and how do you gauge that? I mean, you just got to start somewhere. Just start with a price point. Start with a price point. Whether it's, let's just say it's $1,000 a month. Well, you better make sure you get in there and scrap and deliver and get $1,500 back for that customer. Otherwise, guess what? Next month, ain't no customer. All right. So, doesn't matter what you charge. You always have to make sure you're producing more than what you're charging. All right. We got one more. All right, Nancy from Salt Lake City. I have a yoga studio. I charge $50 per visit to my studio. How can I get more money? Yeah, Nancy, thanks for chiming in. And yeah, again, membership, or for those who are paying $50 per visit, all right, if they're really liking you and your services and what you're offering, you can offer a one-on-one private session, right? So you go from $50 per visit to maybe $200 because it's that one-on-one, no one else is around, it's me and you, private, on and on and on, okay? So that's what I would do. I would see who really is enjoying what I'm doing and then take them on as one-on-one. Give them that special privileged private time, okay? All right. That is the wrap of this show. I want to thank you again for joining us. It's always just fun to be here. I really love being with you guys. I thank you for joining me and giving me your time. I know time, to me, time is the most precious commodity that we have, and I thank you for yours. And so I hope what I share and what I reveal and deliver to you is absolutely worth your time. Right, and so I do everything I can to make that so. All right, so join us back here next week, Monday at 6 p.m. Central. Okay, I'll be revealing a lot more marketing strategies to help you get to your 7-figure year. I'm Derek Jones. Look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
XR103.com.